Hello and welcome to another episode of The Top Shelf with me, Shantanu D. I hope you're all keeping well and staying safe. The world's going a bit crazy right now, and my heart goes out to all our friends in the Ukraine. Right, so let's take a look at this pen. Now, this is the Diplomat Aero. It's a very popular pen, and especially in the last few years, it's gained a considerable amount of fan following with its multiplicity of colors and color combinations, etc., etc. Now, this pen comes in this box, interesting box. It's got this felt lining underneath, which looks like cardboard. You open the sleeve like this, and the sleeve is tin, right? So underneath that, you have this nice little thick paper card, and below that you have the rest, the pen rest. Underneath you have two cartridges that the pen comes with, and you have a service and warranty guide, which looks something like this. It's typical, various languages, how to fill the pen, and so on and so forth. It also has two cartridges and a converter that this comes loaded with. Let's take a look at the pen now. This is the Diplomat Aero. Now, this particular finish comes in many colors. This pen, I'll try and put up a couple of photographs of some other colors that are available, but there are many. You can always search the internet for them. This is the factory finish, so which is this pure sort of aluminium bodied pen, and this has got a bit of a classic design, and it's inspired by the Zeppelins. And as you can see, it's really beautifully made, and there's certain coolness about this pen which I really like. The clip is a fairly tight clip, as you can see over here. It's not spring loaded, it's just attached into the finial over here. At the top, the finial has this very nice, very pleasing Diplomat logo, and the center band over here has the branding of the company, Diplomat Germany. And this shape is rather interesting because it's a bit bulbous on top, then it reaches the center, then and it starts sort of tapering downwards into a very extremely missile-like torpedo-shaped pen barrel. The bottom has nothing, it's just this sharp, not sharp, but sort of this pointy black plastic material. We open the pen and we find a gorgeous number 6 sized nib. This one is in extra fine. It says a Diplomat since 1922, and it has the engraving of the Diplomat logo. Notice that this pen, the nib in fact, doesn't have a breather hole on the nib. Standard plastic feed, and the section. Now this section is, well, for those of you who don't like metal sections, maybe this might be a deterrent, but I don't know if you can tell, but there are some grooves. It's sort of matte brushed material in the grip section, so it's not that bad to hold. It's pretty comfortable. The pen is weighted quite well, and the barrel, if we open it, as you can see, it's pure aluminium. This is not a very light pen, it's fairly heavy pen. I have a cartridge in here at the moment because I've been using it for my notes. Let's take a look at the size comparison with this with our standard Lamy Safari. So there you can see Lamy Safari is a bit longer, and if we uncap them, you can see over here the Safari is much longer actually, but it's also much lighter. Very different pens, if you ask me. Very different pens. The Diplomat Aero does post, but I'm not I'm not too keen on posting this pen and writing because it makes it fairly heavy. Although you can write with it, but not for a very long time. This is also a pen which is not really built for extended writing sessions. It's a very good pen if you're using it as a daily writer, and it travels very well because it's, I mean, solid aluminium. Let's now take a look at the writing sample which I have prepared in advance for you. And let me just cap this. Very positive capping this is. Right, so this is the Diplomat Aero. The paper I'm using today is Fabriano 80 GSM. The nib, of course, is an extra fine stainless steel, and the ink is Montblanc Royal Blue. As you can see, it's not very wet. This Fabriano paper is fairly toothy. It's not the smoothest in the world. It's good to write on. And just a little bit of drawings that I have done over here to give you a sense of how the ink flows from this pen. The weight, as I said, it's not light. It's about 40 grams. And the price is about 180 US dollars. And in India, it ranges between 16 to 18,000 rupees. Now, this, as I've suggested over here, is a wonderfully balanced pen. You don't need to post it, and it might seem a little short when you first uncap it, but because of the long section that this pen has, it's really no big deal writing with this pen. I have to say, the nib is extraordinary. It's probably one of the best nibs that I have written with. And even though it's an extra fine, it flows beautifully, and the ink is not too wet, not too dry, and the flow is just absolutely lovely. Let me just do a little live writing for you over here. All right, this is the so as you can see, it's fairly wet but not too dry as well, and no skipping of any sort. Wonderful flow. Don't go by the sound because I'm writing on a wooden surface over here. This is pretty much it for this pen. I use it fairly often, not as often as maybe I would like to, but nonetheless, it's a very, very useful pen to have, and quite a beautiful pen to have, frankly. Lovely grooves over here, and beautifully machined and manufactured in classic German tradition. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share. You've all been very kind, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.